Since before I even liked anime, I remember the unsavory notion of the weeaboo. The overweight American anime watcher with a neck beard who lives in a basement with a thick coating of Cheeto dust perpetually lining his fingertips. Hell, I actually dressed up as this stereotype for Halloween one year in middle school. The cruel irony is that it's what I would one day grow to become. It's no secret that anime fans have historically held negative reputations, and much of anime culture has been built around the idea of being a proud outcast. I recently was called a loser for having an anime YouTube channel, and while I don't care, it deeply interested me. Because what exactly is so loser about anime? Besides the fact that it's all bad and sucks. And why am I starting to worry that liking anime may just make you a horny loser?
I'm glad you asked.
Let's start with the big guns. I won't lie to you and tell you that the hate comes from nowhere. While many anime have been made to appeal to outcasts and misfits, I think we all know the real reason anime is so frowned upon by the uninitiated. There's just too many boobies everywhere. I mean, in a lot of anime at least. I thought everybody liked boobies, but I guess not anymore. Horn dog stuff seems to be something everyone wants to act like they're above for some reason. Like they're just completely pure of heart and unaffected by basic human instinct, but I digress. I still found this loser comment odd because anime is at the absolute height of its popularity right now. So many people I know love Demon Slayer, unfortunately, JJK, One Piece, and tons of others. Popular rapper Meg Thee Stallion is dressing up like Miku now and calling herself the hot girl otaku, rapping about her domain expansion coochie grip or whatever. I don't know. I don't listen to that shit. But it seems like a pretty normalized example of anime and sexuality though. So what makes me a loser and not her? Let's tackle the word's definition real fast, cause I think it's a bit unclear. Seems like a loser is just someone who takes a lot of L's and not a lot of W's, right? Well, I don't think so. And in a day and age like this where everyone has differing goals and values, it's hard to even say who's failing and who's succeeding. In the words of Conor McGregor, who I'm sure many of you would not consider a loser, he says, "I never lose. I either win or I learn." And McGregor is a great person to say this because he's been doing quite a bit of learning in his career recently. And cocaine. Good ol' Mystic Mac has gone a bit off the rails recently, but I think there's still value to be gleaned from his words. As long as you are still trying to improve your life, you can't really be a loser. Which leads to my definition. A loser is somebody who has given up on themselves. Not somebody who's satisfied with the way they are, but someone who's merely given in to their discontent. And I'll be darned if this doesn't reflect the anime industry a bit. Horrible labor conditions, constant rush productions, resources consistently being allocated to dozens of dogshit isekai every year. Anime will never be at its maximum potential, making the best possible product, and if you're a hardcore fan, you just kinda have to accept this. A lot of anime is samey and doesn't seem to be making an effort to be better than those before it, oftentimes using appeal and tired tropes as a cheap crutch. But some anime uses fan service in new and inventive ways, or merely just features it in a neutral manner because it refuses to act above having hot characters. So is liking these shows loser activity? No. That's a crazy jump, and the notion that all anime fans even could be losers is just insane. It's truly pretty case closed. As long as you're doing what you enjoy and being true to yourself, you are not a loser in my book. I personally love anime and AniTube, and I think they enrich my life based on how I interact with them. This channel makes me happy, and anime has inspired me to learn so many things. Watashi wa gei no teihen desu. So I can take solace, knowing in my heart that I am not a loser. No matter what anyone says, no matter how much I like goofy shit like Kill la Kill, it doesn't make me lesser. Of course it doesn't. It's all about how you interact with the medium and the community. Who am I kidding with this be yourself Sesame Street garbage?
Never back down, never what?
Each night I get home from my shift at Domino's feeling greasy and exhausted. I flop on the first couch I see and decompress by scrolling through some anime content. I see funny stuff, stuff that pisses me off, stuff that leaves me confused, and no shortage of jaw-dropping cosplayers making me feel extremely lonely. Nothing like seeing the most beautiful girl you've ever seen to remind you of how hopeless you are. I could never offer enough to be with somebody like that, I think. It makes me sad, but I keep scrolling, stopping only to throw on some new anime I'll probably never finish. Hours go by, and while I'm aware of the time passing, I can't be bothered to break myself out of my trance and truly confront that reality. I can work on my video script tomorrow. I'll finally clean my room tomorrow. It's not like I'm in some kind of a rush or anything. When I was little, I thought by age 20 that I would be mostly through college and going on to do something great, which would provide me financial stability and contribute meaningfully to society. But now that bright kid I once was has no future so appealing. He has an anime YouTube channel with 1K subs to his name. Man, it feels so lonely. Sometimes it seems like there's just no helping feeling like a loser. I look around my room and see all manner of cute anime shit and cool anime shit and just feel like I'm missing something. Like I'm wasting my time on these characters, these people who aren't real. Anime is great, I love tons of things about it, and I feel like if someone calls you a loser for liking it, they're probably just dumb and insecure. It's easy to deflect these comments for that reason, and I think everyone should be proud of their interests. Anime was lame when I was growing up, but it's kinda cool now. I guess I'm just still fighting those notions I had when I was younger, dressing up as the greasy otaku. This isn't what I thought being a proud adult would look like, and on some level, I feel like I'm betraying that little guy's expectations. But this is not giving up on myself, just growing. Shame is a hell of a thing, huh? No matter how certain you are that what you're doing is not wrong, sometimes you just can't shake the feeling that it is. So let's circle back to the one thing that gives anime such a bad rap: the perceived horniness. I think the shame I feel dedicating so much of my time to anime has many parallels to the shame people have always felt regarding sex. A while back, sex was much more highly stigmatized in society, but these days, sexual openness and the belief that two consenting adults should be able to as hard and weird as they want is extremely common. Just knowing or thinking logically that something is okay never stops shame from seeping in though. I personally know tons of people who still feel deeply ashamed of these desires, and that's not something that just goes away with a pep talk. I only mention this example because, as I said earlier, anime is often equated to, being a degenerate. But it is this very shame that anime actively fights against with its unabashed sexuality and willingness to just be weird in general. And I think that's really awesome. And it's a feature of anime that I've always wanted to speak on. I'm not arguing that all anime handles this topic especially well, but a lot honestly have a pretty interesting perspective on exploring it. So if you're out there and you like anime, I actually think that makes you pretty cool. Tell me in the comments what you love about it and I will respond to them all. There are so many valid criticisms of anime, it's not even funny, but I want to hear why you guys like it anyway, as somebody who's proud to say anime has changed my life for the better. Also, if you enjoyed this video, consider treating that subscribe button like it's the backwards anime industry standards, and your thumb like it's reform for the betterment of the animators, and absolutely smack the crap out of it till it changes. Big thank you to Ev, Aesop, Artemis Locke, Hermit's Nook, Trey, Some Goon, Funky Boy Haas, and Karta for all the support on Patreon. The Guru Army grows still. Peace.